G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the final chapter of the NRL rebuild. I've had a ton of fun in 2021. The year's coming to an end, so there's plenty of videos coming. The NRL draw is coming potentially tomorrow night, so we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, this video is being filmed Friday, which is when would have actually happened, but it didn't turn out to be the case. But the Gold Coast Titans, they made the top 8 this year. We're going to be rebuilding the Gold Coast Titans. Now, the thing about this is you've got to remember that a lot of players have been taken, players like Travojevic, I think players like Haas, your Moses, I've all got other clubs. And the aim of this was to put different players at each club and put them up against each other. Well, very soon, we're going to be putting them up against each other. But for now, let's start the NRL rebuild. The Gold Coast Titans with fullback. The fullback options, what's left, include premiership winning fullback Dylan Edwards, the X factor of Latrell Mitchell, the speed of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, and skill. It would be a great start to have RTS. And then Dane Laurie, the young gun, and Valentine Holmes also still up for grabs. Only one of these players. There will be 4 players here that will be without a team. That's just the way the wheel goes. And it's Dylan Edwards starting us off. So Dylan Edwards from the Penrith Panthers. I am pretty certain Dylan Edwards didn't have another club. I will double check it. If he did, I do apologize. There were a couple players. There's so much to get through. But Dylan Edwards is the first signing for the Gold Coast Titans. So RTS, Latrell miss out for 2021 in this NRL rebuild, unfortunately. And Dylan Edwards gets that fullback spot of AJ Brimson's. Now we have 4 wingers left. We've got some great choices here. Nofaluma, we still need to see him go to a club. Josh Addo-Carr, obviously off to the Bulldogs next year. Alex Johnston, the top try scorer. And Oates, he hadn't played too much first grade in the last 2 years. He's a very experienced and great finisher from the Broncos. Going into the number 2 jersey at the Gold Coast is going to be AJ. Alex Johnston, the flyer. He wasn't allowed to be in the video last week as it was his team, the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and he is going to get a team. So far, 2 grand finalists in Alex Johnston and Dylan Edwards. Moving into the centres. Now, I've only got 3 here left, guys. We've got, actually, we don't. You know what? We don't have 3. I've had a blank here. Brian Kelly is at the Titan. So, look, it's going to have to be the Canberra Raiders. It's going to have to be Sebastian Kris and Jared Croker. Now, having Jared Croker in the side, obviously potential goal kicker. There you go. We'll spin the wheel for fun to see if Kris and Croker is what happens. There's Kris. And no. Okay, well, there you go. Well, it can't be. We've just got to wait for it to land on Croker. So when I read it later, it looks like it's here we go. There you go. So Kris and Croker from the Raiders are going to be in the centres, as I didn't really notice that one too much. Now, moving into our 5'8", we've got 3 great players here. Kieran Foran provides a lot to different teams over the years. Premiership winner. Cameron Munster, another premiership winner. Does he step up in the big moments, though? I don't know. Well, you know what? We've got to go back to our winger here, I've just realised, and we've got to pick one more winger. Will it be Oates, Nofaluma, or Addo-Carr? Because if it's Johnston, we respin. It's going to be David Nofaluma. So Addo-Carr and Corey Oates will be without a club for the 2022 season, according to the NRL rebuild. Move back into that 5'8" role. So I mentioned that. And then Jerome Lewis, obviously a premiership winner. Still a lot to see for Jerome Lewis for mine, but I think he's becoming more and more of a great player. And it's going to be Cameron Munster. This is a pretty good team so far. This potentially, imagine it was the Redcliffe Dolphins team. Who knows? But because a few of these players, I think, are coming off contract. A few young guns in there. Moving into the 7, we've got another 3 choices here. We've got Ben Hunt, who can jump into that 9 role, that origin experience, leadership, captain qualities. You've got Chad Townsend, who's played with multiple clubs, won a premiership. Definitely not at the form that he used to be, but still great. And then one of the best players in the game at the moment in Nathan Cleary. I'd love to see Cleary get in this side. And the fact that Munster is the Queensland half and Cleary is the other half at New South Wales. Make it really interesting. Let's get Cleary. Let's get Cleary. Let's get Cleary. Townsend. It came down to the end. Nathan Cleary and Ben Hunt will be without a club for 2022. Very, very unfortunate. I would love to have seen Nathan Cleary head to this Titans team for the NRL rebuild, but it just was not meant to be. Still got a few of the big boppers left. We've got two. We'll pick our first one in the number 8 jersey. Jared Wallace, we obviously can't have because he is a Titan. I do apologise there again. Tohu Harris can also play at lock role, very versatile. Utuika Manu can play here or off the bench, so another great one. And Tola obviously played in the NRL Grand Final and had a great season when he came back. And the first one is going to be Jared Wallace, so we have to respin that. And it's destined to be Jared Wallace with his Titans. And it's going to be Tohu Harris, a fantastic signing here. Tohu Harris stepping into the 8 jersey. Traditionally a lock, but he has played a bit of the front row, so I'm going to put him in there. Moving into our hooker position. Now, for the hooker, I think we only have 4 left. We've got Damien Cook, who wasn't allowed to be picked with the Rabbits last week. Block of Cheese, Brandon Smith, Harry Grant, and Blake Brayley. We've seen Jaden Brayley go to a club. Will big brother or little brother go to a club? Obviously, Harry Grant, as this team has a few Dolphin talk team, it'd be pretty cool to see Harry Grant come up. Either of these hookers is pretty good, to be honest. And I feel like Blake Brayley may just sneak in, and he does. Blake Brayley, he's becoming a more and more complete player. I think he's due for a really big season, so we'll have to see if that's next year. But in the rebuild, he's joining the Titans. Moving into the other big bopper, we've had Tohu Harris. We can't have Jared Wallace. If it lands on him again, we have to spin it once again. And we can't have Tohu Harris twice. There's no 2. And we can't have another Tohu Harris. So this is the annoying thing about it, guys. It's literally randomized. It can be Wallace. We have to respin that. A few here going our way. Utuika Manu Stefanu from the Tigers, previously an Eel for a short stint. Fantastic season on the reserves for Origin. I just need to fix that spelling. Utuika Manu. No, Manu. There we go. Stefanu in jersey 10. Well, now we get into our back row. We get into our last 3 positions for this team. Now in the back row, we've got Ben Murdoch-Masila. We've got Sia Sofa Talakai from the Sharks. And we've got Tariq Sims. So there will be 2 here. One of these players will uncontracted for 2022. Let's spin the wheel for the second last time almost. And it's going to be Ben Murdoch-Masila. Fantastic season with the New Zealand Warriors. It ended quite short due to injury. Came back from injury, and then it was worse. So really looking forward to what Ben brings to the game and his game ability next year as well. Scored a few tries, Ben, as well. And the other spot, once again, Ben, is Talakai. Big Talakai had some time in the centres as well for the Sharks, so he could potentially move into the centres for a game if you want to drop Sebastian Chris or Jared Croker. Now we get into our final position. I've had so much fun with this series. It may return next year, but I feel like there may not be enough players to do it with. We'll see. We will see. I want to give a huge shout out to the All Sport chat. Make sure you go and check him or them out over on YouTube, Facebook. They've got an interview with Kennedy Cherrington. They have organized all of these players over the past 6 months and put them in jerseys for me, and it's been a ton of fun to make. Check it out on TikTok. Check it out on Instagram. We get into our final position. This is the lock. We've got Mitchell Barnett. We've got Toby Rudolph. We've got Cameron Murray down there. Awesome choice. Cameron Murray would complete this team, and I rate this team. I don't know about Chad Townsend in the halves with Cameron Munster. There's a few ifs or buts. It's a pretty good, solid team overall. And Alex Twell, the no try man, but he's a workhorse, gets the job done week in, week out, always putting effort in. And it's going to be Mitchell Barnett from the Newcastle Knights. He's going to lock up that lock position, which means that Cameron Murray, Toby Rudolph, and Alex Twell will be without a club. So let's look at this team, analyze it a little bit, compare it to the Redcliffe potential team that has been talked about. So Dylan Edwards as fullback. Could he be on his way out of the Panthers? Who knows? But Dylan Edwards gets that spot over quite a few big names. David Nofaluma on the wing in the number 5 jersey. And on the number 2 jersey, you've got the try-scoring freak, Alex Johnston. Really like this combination. For the Raiders, the combination stays the same in Sebastian Chris and Jared Croker. They signed with the Titans. In the halves, you've got Cameron Munster. It's a fantastic, great signing. Once again, the talk of Redcliffe, Munster, Edwards. I think AJ may have been thrown in there, but I feel like he re-signed fairly recently, if I'm not mistaken. Chad Townsend. I question how he'd work with Cameron Munster, but give it a chance anyway. Tohu Harris in jersey number 8. Stefanu Utuikamanu in jersey number 10. In the hooker position, out of these hookers and with this team, I guess it's probably one of the weaker options, but Blake Brayley, I really like him as a player. Big future. So I think it's okay. Ben Murdoch-Masila from the Warriors in the back row with the Sharks back rower, Siasofa Talakai. And Mitchell Barnett gets that final spot, who is an absolute workhorse at the Newcastle Knights. So once again, thank you so much to everyone for tuning in to the NRL rebuild throughout 2021. A big thank you to the All Sport Chat. Make sure you go and check them out on all social media. Check me out on TikTok, EntertainYT. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm getting through my season reviews. I know that this video was meant to come out on Thursday and you're watching it on Sunday, so I do apologize for that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've had so much fun making it. It's a shame it's over, but very soon I'm going to be putting the teams against each other on Instagram with the entire team list, and then I'll do voting. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you guys later.